Welcome to the Nordic Venture Show, your speed date with the hottest Nordic innovations and ventures. In this episode, our venture date is with Awake.AI, sustainable and intelligent maritime logistics.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're plunging into the world of maritime logistics.
That's right.
Specifically looking at a company called Awake.AI. Their mission, it seems, is to really shake things up in this industry using AI. They're aiming for things like, faster port calls, better decision-making, and just a clearer picture of what's happening out there.
And ultimately, a more sustainable future for shipping, which is obviously huge right now.
Exactly. And based on what we've seen, news, customer feedback, that sort of thing, it looks like they're actually, making some real headway.
Yeah, what's really interesting, I think, is their focus on this AI platform that's built to be neutral and secure. The big promise here, the real hook, is getting more accurate, more reliable predictions for ships, arrivals, departures, the whole lot.
Which, given how complex shipping is, that reliability must be incredibly valuable.
Oh, absolutely. Things can change so fast out there.
For sure. So our goal today is to really get a handle on how these Awake AI solutions are being used, like in the real world. We'll look at some specific ports, other players who adopted their tech, and, see what benefits they're actually getting.
Sounds good. Where should we start?
Let's kick things off in Finland. Their work with Finnish ports and an organization called FinTraffic.
Right. This is a major one for Awake.AI. They actually won a competitive bid to provide vessel schedule estimates. And not just for one port, but for all Finnish ports.
Wow, all of them. Through FinTraffic vessel traffic services.
Exactly. Think about that scale. A single AI system giving a unified view across a whole country's maritime setup.
Okay, let's unpack that a bit. When you have a system covering the entire country like that, what's the goal? What impact are they expecting?
Well, it's meant to hit several targets. First, boosting the competitiveness of Finland's whole maritime logistics sector.
Makes sense.
If you know more accurately when ships are coming and going, everyone in the chain, truckers, warehouses, you name it, can plan better.
Right, smoother operations.
Which leads straight into making the port operators' own routines more efficient. Less waiting around, less guesswork. It all adds up.
Time is money, especially in shipping.
Precisely. And it's not just about today's efficiency. These reliable schedules also help pave the way for more automation down the line.
Ah, interesting. Better data means you can trust automated systems more.
Exactly. Plus, it helps with anticipating problems, bad weather, other delays. You can be more proactive.
Instead of just reacting when things go wrong.
Right. And, importantly, all this helps cut down environmental emissions. Fewer ships idling outside ports burning fuel.
That environmental angle is definitely key these days. Now, FinTraffic themselves, they had something to say about this, didn't they?
They did. Olli Swainen, he's a program manager there, basically emphasized how important this kind of time data is. It's recognized in national plans, government digitalization efforts.
So it's strategically important for Finland.
Yes, and he said this service, powered by Awake.AI, lets them actually do something practical about it. It turns those policy goals into reality.
Great example of tech-enabling strategy. Okay, let's hop across the water to the UK. Peel Ports Group. Now, Peel Ports, they're a pretty big name, right? Give us a sense of their scale.
Oh, definitely. Peel Ports is a major operator. They own and run 6 big UK ports. Liverpool, Heysham, Manchester Ship Canal, Medway, that's Sheerness and Chatham, Clydeport, Greenock, Hunterston, Ardrossan, Great Yarmouth too, plus a terminal in Dublin.
Okay, quite a network.
Yeah, and in terms of cargo, they handle over 70 million tons a year. That's roughly 13% of all the traffic in major UK ports.
13%.
And they've got something like 35 different shipping services calling weekly from about 26 different lines. It's a massive, complex operation.
Really puts it in perspective. So what's Awake.AI doing with them?
The core focus is using Awake.AI's AI tools for berth planning and prediction.
Okay.
So integrating these smart tools into Peel's existing systems to get a better, more unified view. And a big piece is sharing situational awareness, making sure everyone involved in a port call knows what's happening when.
So better visibility, better communication for everyone involved.
Exactly. Shipping lines, cargo owners, the port itself. Everyone on the same page.
And it sounds like Peel Ports is pretty happy with the partnership.
Very happy, it seems. Georgios Christalis, a business improvement manager there, gave a strong quote. He thanked Awake.AI for their exceptional services and unwavering commitment.
High praise.
Yeah, he said their solutions have been instrumental in revolutionizing our operations, enhancing efficiency, and driving sustainable growth. Call them a valued partner.
You really can't ask for a better endorsement than that. Yeah. Okay, let's head over to Sweden now. Port of Gothenburg. Another major port, right? With big ambitions.
Indeed. Gothenburg wants to be one of the world's most competitive ports. And part of that, ensuring Swedish industry has that global access, led them to pick Awake.AI's birth planner solution.
Ah, the birth planner. That's a specific product. What does it actually do? How does it work?
Essentially, it's designed as this integrated, smart, and importantly, user-friendly tool to optimize the whole port call process.
From arrival to departure.
The whole thing. And a big goal is improving collaboration between all the different players. Terminal operators, agents, pilots, the lot.
Collaboration is always tricky in these complex environments. How does the birth planner help with that specifically?
Well, according to Fredrik Rauer, who's the traffic coordinator there, it has two key benefits. One, it gives their own operators a more intuitive platform for planning, making that complicated job easier and more efficient.
Okay, better internal planning.
But maybe even more crucial, it lets them share and visualize those birth plans with everyone else involved. That common picture, that shared awareness, is something the local port community had apparently been asking for years.
Ah, so everyone sees the same schedule, the same plan in real time.
Exactly. Cuts down on confusion, potential delays, bottlenecks.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, let's shift south now to Spain. Port of Valencia, another heavyweight in European port.
Absolutely. Valencia is huge.
Yes.
Back in 2019, they handled something like 81 million tons of cargo, over 15,000 employees, servicing more than 7,500 ships a year. It's a massive operation.
And with that kind of volume, I bet they're always looking for ways to optimize.
You bet. They're constantly piloting new tech solutions for the whole logistics, chain ships, trucks, trains, the works.
Not just internal R&D then.
No, they're partnering with some big names on this pilot. You've got Nokia, Casco, Ericsson involved. A real mix of industry leaders.
Quite a lineup. So where does Awake.AI fit into this Valencia pilot?
They have a pretty specific role. They're providing a model to predict truck turnaround times inside the port.
Truck congestion. That's always a headache at busy ports.
Exactly. So if you can accurately predict how long trucks will take, get in, load, unload, get out, you can manage the flow much better.
Makes sense.
And beyond just providing that model, Awake.AI is actually leading one of the work packages in the pilot, the one focused on smart and tactile IoT applications.
So they're taking a lead role, not just participating. That says something about their expertise. Okay, changing tack slightly, we saw mention of an Admiral Consortium meeting. What's a consortium here, and what was this meeting about?
Right. A consortium is basically a group effort. Different tech companies like Awake.AI, researchers, industry folks working together on a project.
Got it.
This Admiral Consortium met in Kotka, Finland, back on April 8th, 2025. The main point was to show off progress on their pilot projects and the development of a marketplace they're building.
So sharing progress, keeping everyone aligned.
Exactly. It's a collaborative thing. The press release about it came out February 12th, 2025.
Okay. And it looks like Awake.AI has also been winning some specific contracts recently, tenders for their tech.
Yes, definitely.
Good.
Back in December 2024, December 23rd, to be exact, they won a tender for a digital tool focused on CO2 and logistics activity.
CO2 and logistics. Interesting combination.
Yeah, this was part of an initiative called Sustainable Flow. The aim is better management of supply chain disruptions and CO2 emissions. Fits right into their sustainability focus.
Another win that lines up with their environmental goals. And they seem to be getting involved in broader industry groups too, something called the Virtual Watchtower Community.
That's right. December 9th, 2024, they joined the VWT community. This group is working on building a new digital network.
Network for what?
For, again, better managing supply chain disruptions and cutting CO2 emissions across the maritime sector. By joining Awake, AI is positioning itself to help shape that future infrastructure.
So not just building their own tools, but contributing to the bigger digital ecosystem. Makes sense. Now, what about partnerships? They seem to be expanding their reach.
Absolutely. In November 2024, the 22nd, they announced an expanded strategic partnership with a company called WTech Global.
Okay.
The goal there is driving AI innovation specifically in Sri Lanka and the wider Asia-Pacific region.
Ah, so expanding beyond Europe, that's significant.
Definitely shows global ambition.
And it's not just commercial deals, right? There's research collaboration, too, something with the European Space Agency.
Correct. ESA launched a project called Descartes on October 31st, 2024. Awake.AI is involved, along with ABB and Wellenius Marine.
Space Agency, Maritime AI, what's the link?
The project aims to use space tech, presumably satellite data and the like, combined with AI, to better optimize the whole ship-port interaction, a more holistic view.
Fascinating combination. And October 2024 seems to have been busy for them. Another agreement signed.
Yes, October 30th, 2024. They signed a general collaboration agreement with Aerowad International Group. We don't have the specific details, but it just shows they're actively forming alliances across the board.
Okay, so pulling all this together, these partnerships, the projects in Finland, UK, Sweden, Spain, what's the big picture? What's the ultimate goal Awake.AI is driving towards?
Well, their stated vision is pretty bold. They want to cut ship turnaround times and shipping emissions in ports by over 20%.
20%? That's huge.
It is. And they want to do it through AI-based, just-in-time port call optimization, aiming for that goal by 2030. It's a massive target with big implications for efficiency and the environment globally.
And the scale of data they're working with now is pretty impressive too, right?
It really is. Their analytics are apparently configured for over 3,000 ports worldwide already.
3,000?
And get this, they run over 1.5 million voyage predictions every day, based on analyzing millions of miles of shipping data. That's the kind of scale you need to train effective AI models.
That kind of data must reveal some serious inefficiencies in the system. There was a Case Morocco example mentioned. What did that show?
Yeah, the Morocco case really highlights the potential.
Sure.
Their analysis there found that over 20% of the port calls they looked at had 40 hours or more of waiting time that could potentially have been avoided.
40 hours just waiting.
Almost 2 full days. Just sitting there. It really underlines the scale of the problem, the waste that their just-in-time approach aims to tackle.
That's staggering. Clearly a need for better prediction and coordination. Now, they have specific products for this, like Port Vision.
Yes, Port Vision is their big, comprehensive platform. It's got AI features for the whole port call planning, optimization, JIT arrivals, resource scheduling within the port, better situational awareness for everyone.
So the central hub for smarter port ops.
Pretty much. Weather warnings, communication tools, it's all meant to be integrated there.
And besides that, they offer more focused solutions too, analytics microservices.
Exactly. Those are more tailored AI and machine learning tools for specific bits of the maritime logistics puzzle, so companies can target particular challenges they face.
It really does sound like they're helping turn ports into what one source called digital nodes in this increasingly digital global supply chain.
That's a great way to put it, actually. Ports can't be isolated islands anymore. They had to be plugged into the flow of information, the digital ecosystem. Awake, AI's tech seems designed to help make that happen.
So wrapping things up, it seems pretty clear. Awake. AI isn't just talk. They're actively working with major players. Fintraffic, Peel Ports, Gothenburg, Valencia.
Big names, national authorities.
And these projects are starting to show real potential for improving efficiency, sustainability, just overall awareness in maritime operations.
Absolutely. The range of partnerships and wins just in the last year or so, Finland, Spain, the ESA project, the Asia expansion, it really shows momentum. It's not just theory. It's practical application delivering benefits.
Which leads us to our final thought for you, our listeners. Seeing this momentum, this potential to cut wasted time, wasted fuel, what other innovations or maybe collaborations might we see pop up next to speed up this whole digitalization push in shipping? And maybe what role could you play, or what might you see happening in this space as the maritime world keeps diving deeper into digital? Definitely something to think about.
Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.
Thanks for listening to the Nordic Venture Show. Don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for more stories of innovation from the Nordics.